You're listening to the You Don't Know Me Yet podcast network.
Hey, you are tuned in to Two Gems and a Mic with hosts Tanisha the Diva Mahomes and Linda L.D. Dorsey. Just know, if we talking about it, you need to hear about it. Unwind and enjoy. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Two Gems and a Mic. I'm your girl LD. I got my girl, what's up, Diva?
Hey, what's going on?
With the new hair.
I'm doing a little
I'm trying to look like a San Antonio Spur.
Hey, don't you even y'all get off of me. I'm trying something new.
Oh man, that's wild. And we got our boy Darren, the Mike Smith. What's going on, Darren?
What's going on, ladies? You know what I'm saying? We're just out here in these streets trying to keep it all together.
Okay. All right. I just want to put it out there to the public or to our listeners that prior to coming on the air, Tanisha and Darren gonna try to tell me we ain't gonna talk about the Knicks. They don't know, first of all, I got the control, so I can block them out of the show and talk for 30 minutes about the Knicks if I want to. I ain't gonna do that. But we talked about them last week.
I secretly congratulated you, Linda. You ain't gonna air that.
No, I'm gonna tell it all. I'm gonna tell it all. But we can start with that if y'all want to. I'm not gonna beat it to death. We can start with that if y'all want to. You want to start with the WNBA? Where you want to go? Talk to me.
We start with the Knicks. Let's get that out the way. Let's get this out the way.
They won. Hold on. They won. Congratulations. The parade is tomorrow. Now let's talk about the WNBA.
Nah. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that because I don't think either one of y'all gonna acknowledge me. Not just because it's the team that I picked, but it's my team.
Last night, hold on. I mean, she talking like she threw an alley oop or something to Cat, like she was on the sideline drawing up plays.
In my bedroom, I did, and I played a little defense in the bedroom too. I officiated. I did all of that stuff.
Good thing they heard you. Huh? Good thing they heard you coaching.
Yeah. Somebody y'all wasn't talking loud enough to your coach.
Apparently not. So apparently not.
I do want to say something. Being down in every game and coming back, I just like the way my boys played. I think they played through a lot of adversity. I thought the officials was horrible on both sides. A lot of stuff went on in those games. And I'm gonna tell you what, I do have a different look on Wemby than I did going into that tournament. We can talk about that into the finals. We can talk about that a different day. But hats off to my team.
You got a different look on him?
I do. I was a big Wemby fan before going into that. And I just didn't like the way, I don't know if it's him, it's the referees, or he know what he going to get, but just the whining. So I do want to ask y'all one question, because I know y'all ain't going to big up my team or whatever, but there's two things I do want to say. The New Yorkers are still waiting on Becky Hammond to come back. I don't know if she will or not, because she doubled down on it a couple of weeks or a week before the finals. Can't no big man win, so she ain't come back and said nothing yet. But she got bigger fish to fry. What's going over there in Vegas? But
I will say this: shout out to your Knicks because last I checked, they're going to the White House. So I guess going too, huh? I guess you're going too, huh, Linda?
No, hell no, I ain't going to the White House.
Hold on.
They can do what they want. No.
If your team is going,
damn right, they will be my team. I didn't hear anything because the last I heard that the invitation hasn't even been sent yet. So I don't know where you got your information.
It don't matter because James Dolan accepted it already.
It ain't how he accept something that ain't been sent. You read
you know the invitation.
He reading the garbage like everybody else.
You know that invitation on the way.
Yeah, and
James accepted the invite.
Let's see who shows up.
All of them.
Let's see who shows up. Okay, we'll see. I don't believe that yet because I know everybody's been waiting to see if that's going to happen, and I don't think any announcement is going to be made about that until after the parade.
No,
so we'll see.
It's already been announced.
Okay. By who?
By the Knicks.
You're the only one that got it?
The New York Post. Knicks will make history as first NBA team to visit Trump White House. It was posted an hour ago. New York Basketball. NBA Central. So yes.
You said New York Knicks. And then you went to New York Post. We ain't gonna talk about New York Post. If you know what the New York Post is, then you know that's garbage.
Underdog NBA. Yes, it's
Did you say New York Knicks?
Yes, New York Knicks.
It's posted on NewYorkKnicks.com.
I guess if you want to,
No, don't
I'm
say
looking
you
at.
guess. You the one talking about the Knicks.
I am looking. I am looking at
Darren.
the stuff. I'm looking at the stuff on X.
Right
It's showing
now.
the New York,
Okay.
on the Twitter feed, New York basketball, New York Post. New York Post is not just going to put stuff out here in the atmosphere like this on X, saying that the Knicks. It's already been posted. It was
Darren, do you
posted
know
an hour ago.
New York Post?
I know exactly who the New York Post
No,
is.
you
What is
don't.
it?
You ain't
They
going
know
to
you
New
call.
York.
Is it fake
It's
news,
been.
Linda?
Yeah.
This was posted
Come on.
an hour ago.
Let's
So
not waste time on that. If they go to the White House, they go to the White House. You know what? I don't give a damn because you know where that O'Brien Trophy gonna be? In Madison Square Garden.
it's going to be at the White House
People
too.
that went to the White House. It's a whole bunch of people that went to the White House. Saquon Barkley went to the White House. You saw what happened, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You hang out with Trump. We saw what happened when he came to the Garden. We lost. So I know, Darren, you like to poke the bear. I don't give a damn who go to the White House. Watch that parade tomorrow. That's what matters.
Are you going? Are you going?
No, because I got the grandson, so I can't go. So let's y'all got anything else to say about the game?
Nah, y'all. You got.
Yeah, we'll say this. I mean, hold on. I want to toss the question out to you.
Say again,
Linda. I said I want to toss this question out to you. With the Knicks trailing double digits in every game, does it say more about the Knicks or more about the coaching and the play of the Spurs?
I think it says something about
especially in Game 5 when they.
I think something about both because there's a problem, and Brunson said himself, right? When y'all figure out why we can't play basketball in the first quarter, in the first half, let him know, and they need to fix that because there was some luck, just like the coach said, there was some luck in winning those games, right? Some luck and some resilience in winning those games. Now, that should not happen every game where you come in and you trailing. You just can't continue. If we had gone a couple of more games or had to go a couple more games, maybe it didn't go our way.
But let me tell you what else can't happen. You can't be winning every time and lose in the end.
I agree. I say that's coaching. I think one is coaching. It's gonna sound like I'm biased. I think one, the losing after leading so much is more coaching than the coming out flat. You come out flat, that's on your players. You don't coach them, you got them ready. You got to come out and you got to be ready to play. Now, the right sizing of it, your coach is saying you're resilient, you keep going on. To lose lead, especially that 29-point lead, that's historic. That's going to go down.
It's the largest one in NBA history. I recapped that last week.
Yes, you did. Yes,
I recapped that last week.
Yeah, and you could watch that game over and over. You could watch how it went down, how they lost it. I mean, they could watch as much film. It's a learning thing for them. They're a young team. Some of the comments now Wemby made a comment and said they were the more dominant team for the series. I don't know how you say that when you lose 4-1. He said we dominated the entire series. Do you agree with that statement?
It's a attack of lunacy running around in the Spurs locker room.
Now, a big deal was made about he and a few others not shaking hands at the end of the game. Do you have an issue with that?
Yeah,
because traditionally, traditionally they've done it, and we talking about some of the best. I've seen Steph, I've seen LeBron, I've seen some of the best, and you just got whooped and lost a championship, and they go out there and they shake hands.
But that's what you're supposed to do.
Well, it's funny
that's
because
sportsmanship. You learn that as a child. That's what you're supposed to do. Even if it's not your day, but you still show the other team the respect because they won and you go shake hands. That's just common courtesy.
Well, it's interesting you said it because if you look at some of the talks afterwards, I know people like Kendrick Perkins are saying, they have a problem with it, like the older players, and then they talk about, saying, but you go back to the famous stuff about Michael Jordan and the Bulls sweeping the Pistons, and of course the Pistons walking off the court without shaking hands, and of course they try to say, well, that's what the Celtics did, but it's not true because it's a big video of Kevin McHale shaking hands, saying, you go out there, go take on, go take out the, go knock out the Lakers, and the thing is, it was by that act alone that someone like Isaiah Thomas got left off the Dream Team. Because the NBA didn't like how that looked. You try to blame Michael Jordan, but the NBA didn't want you on there because, that's not how it's done. And So yeah, I don't think it's because here's the thing: had they won, don't you think that they would have been out there, trying to get
and the
handshakes
Knicks
from
would have shook
everybody?
their hands. The Knicks would have shook their hands. So we've seen it. I thought it was horrible. I thought the players, the ones sitting there who ain't never won a championship, talking about you got what's his name, Jay Williams. Yeah,
Jay Williams.
This ain't little league. This ain't this. You ain't got to shake no hand. That's why you sitting in the booth.
Ooh, unnecessary roughness.
I'm gonna say it. Right. I get tired of some of the people just sitting there saying stuff just because they got a mic when you seen that people do it. So why are you defending that type of behavior? And the fact that Jalen Brunson himself, now his teammates first thing he did, y'all saw it. First thing he did was went straight for the coach. He started, he was like, nope, let me go. Give them respect. Because I think he thought that was going to be mutual. And his team follows him. So he was setting an example. So yeah, I thought it was poor sportsmanship on some of the Spurs throughout the series. And Wemby, he was in his own head when he started talking about I'm in your head. That was it.
I thought in Game 5, I was shocked with how poor. Well, I wasn't shocked about De'Aaron Fox's poor play, but I was shocked, and I was texting Tanisha over the weekend. I was shocked about the play of Castle, Stephon Castle, because he acted like he was afraid to shoot all of a sudden. I mean, I guess he started out like 0-7, only ended up with like 3 or 5 points or whatever. But he started passing the ball so much because he couldn't. He was scared to take a shot or hit a shot. So
well, I mean,
and De'Aaron Fox. I mean, Charles Barkley said to halftime like he needs to be benched, and the fact that the coach went down with De'Aaron Fox, look, Charles Barkley was like, he didn't ever want to criticize a black coach, but I don't care that he should have been fired for his coaching play or coaching malpractice throughout this series.
That was one of the things I think people were saying, fired.
I said that, and you agree? No,
do you still agree after the moment is settled down that he should be fired, or the whole team they need to go forward with that whole team? How long has he been the head coach?
I mean, I know he's not. I mean, I know he's not.
But how long has he been the head
coach,
Darren? Wait a minute.
But
say that.
I think
2 years. Okay,
2 years.
So do you think get rid of him? I mean, he got him there. He got him there.
Nah, younger, but
a young team too, and that it's a young team, and you could see the meltdowns in some of.
I would get rid of De'Aaron Fox if I could get off his contract, because I know his contract extension kicks in. If I could get off of him, I would. He would. So
you think he's just playing on legacy?
Yeah. Who? Fox? I mean, the coach was. He's just not better than Dylan.
No,
Harper.
He's not.
I mean,
do you keep him and let him come off the bench, or you just saying get rid of him?
That's what I was saying. I'm not getting rid of him. I might, he's gonna come off the bench, but I won't get rid of him. I mean, I will say this: I've never seen.
Well, you can't have a $250 million bench player, Tanisha.
I've never seen somebody with that much experience melt down like that. And I don't care what he was talking about. I tried to make the layup and all of this crap. Stevie Wonder could have saw he needed to run around in a circle. Act like you're gonna shoot the ball, run around in a circle and get that foul, and then go to the foul. I mean, go and shoot them shots, and then game is over. I mean, and I don't care what level that you're playing. Most point guard, most people know how to play. They know how to do that. They're constantly aware of the clock and what's going on. And then you make the steal and you screw it all up, and then you go back, foul to do when he's already about to commit backcourt violation. Like I just don't know. It just was too much of a meltdown. And with that amount of experience, it just to me was just like, what happened? Like, how does it get that bad? How did you mess up?
Even with experience, you could be in the league for a long time. I'm not defending him. You could be in the league for a long time and play, but getting to that level, the experience ain't there, right? And I think that's.
Yeah, but we're not talking about. We're just talking about regular basketball. But how many times have you had a lead and you pass the, you run around, you slow down and you try to hold on the ball, you let them foul. Like I think 9 times out of 10, anybody in the league outside of him, any other point guard would have known what to do in that moment.
Well, I think there's a history there. Darren, you may know it more so than Tanisha. I didn't know it either. you probably know better than me. When he was with Sacramento and Mike Brown was there, they had a play. I think it was in the playoffs, and he was told don't close out like on a play because you couldn't give up a three, and he closed out on a player, fouled him, and gave up a 4-point play, and the other team won. Yeah, so it's like I sometimes they just don't have the IQ. You have the natural ability, but you don't have the athletic ability. Rather, you don't have the IQ.
I talked to one of my really good friends. I talked to one of
knew
my really good friends that played basketball. Her name is Pam Thomas. She played with Louisiana Tech when they lost to Charlotte. She was the point guard. We were actually on the phone like minutes after that game, and clear as day, she said the exact same things. There is no way in the world he is not supposed to know what to do with that ball. I just can't make an excuse for him. I really can't. I just can't find one. I mean, I literally can't. That is just, I don't know, egregious. Like I don't know what else to say. I'm not making an excuse for that because I believe that every point guard knows what to do with the ball, and he just, I don't know, panicked. Hell, I don't know what he did, but he didn't do the right thing. And no matter how he tried to spin it, it's gonna keep him up at night.
Yeah, I agree. Darren, you had something on that?
No, you was asking me about whether or not he should be benched or traded or cut or whatever. I was just telling Tanisha that. Yeah, I was just telling Tanisha that you're not going to have a $250 million bench player. He's not better than Harper. I mean, and the playoffs again, as we talked about throughout the playoffs, it exposes who you are. I mean, we saw with the Cleveland Cavaliers, we saw with some of the other teams about their lack of hustle, their lack of heart. And whether or not they're afraid of the bright lights, stuff like that, and it exposed De'Aaron Fox. That I mean, and what's his name? Vassell talked about it at the end in the post game after Game 5, where he said that Harper was upset about his playing time.
That was. I was surprised with those comments too, Darren.
Why?
Yeah, I mean he's.
I don't know if you keep stuff like that quiet or you bring it out at that moment. I think that's a part of maturity too. When you're going to talk about somebody else, I would let that person talk about themselves.
Well, he was asked the question, so he just had.
I would have deferred to the person.
Not answered or whatever, but. I mean, but he's already in this last game of the year.
He got the whole he got the rest of the cool off and
no, I'm just saying for me, that wouldn't have been for me to speak for that young man because maybe that young man didn't want it out there. So I would have been like, "Hey, you can talk to him. I'm not."
Well, the problem, the only problem with that is that like he had like retweeted something about some slander that was going Fox's way and stuff like that, and talked about how he should have been having more playing time. So he just kind of. So it was already out there in the public sphere, but it wasn't like he addressed that particular issue. It was just
one of the questions.
Yeah, I mean,
no, I agree.
And the question was about the rookies on the team stepping up in playoffs, and so he was talking about he and Brian as well. And he talked about how Harper was a lot better than a lot of people thought.
Except for I do remember that comment. Yeah,
so
yeah.
Yeah, and
he was very impressive.
I mean,
he was very impressive, but he looked at his daddy.
I mean, and literally, they were in most of those games that week, during the series because of Harper.
Oh, I mean, that comes, like we said, that comes back. The coach got to sit there. He's got to take some stuff.
He kept him on the bench like 5 minutes, didn't he?
It was like 6 minutes in one game. Yeah.
Well, he can't. I mean, he didn't even play him in the fourth quarter. I mean, until like late in the ball game where they needed him. I mean, where he had already scored like, I think he had made like two or three 3-point shots in the third quarter. Then the fourth quarter, you got him on the bench when
Do you think that it's the exact same thing that you're saying, putting the $250 million player on the bench? And the biggest game, do you think that he was more worried about?
Tanisha, you know what? That's a great question because I wonder about that sometimes when I'm watching games. I wondered about that when Thibodeau was coaching the Knicks. When you have players out there that are playing horrible, but I'm going to stick with these 6-7 players, and I got these other players on the bench. Why? What? Some coaches are just stuck with their rotation and their philosophies. That's what they stick with, and it's like, but you got a whole coaching staff that you have to trust. And somebody on that coaching staff got to say, you got to put this kid in the game. You got to put it for somebody. And that's what one of the things that Brown said. He got a guy on his team. He called him his offensive coordinator, and he's listening to that guy.
But there's also the difference between, Mitch Johnson and Popovich, because Popovich wouldn't care if you playing well. He's gonna keep you in the game because he's trying to win, and say F the feelings.
But that's the thing, though.
That's
the thing, though. I mean, I obviously think the coach was trying to win. I just don't know what was going through his mind that he wouldn't have made that he didn't make better decisions with that. Like
Maybe them lights got too big for him. Too bright.
That could be too. That could be it too. But like I said, now that you mentioned about the 250 million, maybe that had something to do with it. Because what does it look like when you do the fans turn around and say, "Well, why you got your you got Fox on the bench?"
Here's something that somebody pointed out, and they broke it down in a video that I watched, right? When they were saying that last play, when OG came in and got that tip in, and everybody walked their timeout, everybody walked back out on the court. And if you watch the Spurs players, they're all looking at the coach like this. Where am I going? Where am I going? How are you doing that outside of a timeout? And they also said that was because Brown has switched up his lineup. So I don't know. I don't want to put it all on him. Maybe they weren't listening to timeout. It's a lot. It's a lot going on there. I expect him to be back in the mix next year, though.
Well, I absolutely do. I'm not. I don't have any doubt that they're going to be in the mix next year.
Okay.
But I was talking to somebody and they asked me about this, and I said, and I'm going to talk about what you just said, which is how did they not know? I said, one thing about women's sports is like they're covering all the bases. Like they're trying to make sure that they have worked out everything that could possibly happen before they step back out of that timeout and they go out there. They know exactly what they're supposed to be. I feel like at least when I was playing, my coach was making sure you know exactly what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be doing this. You're supposed everybody has like their assignment. It didn't look like anybody had an assignment.
No, I think for me and Darren, I'd like to get your perspective because I played basketball, I coached. I think women's basketball is more fundamentally sound, and that's the way it's taught. So you pay attention to stuff. I think it's a little different. So more, I don't want to say more of an IQ, but the fundamentals, you got to focus on it. So you focus on different things. That was one of the things that was about Tim Duncan. You remember they used to call him, his game was so fundamentally sound.
Yeah, the fundamental.
Yes.
Mr. Fundamental.
And that's a whole different, you can take away from the athleticism and all that. If you got the fundamentals down, that's a different type of play. And I think, go ahead.
Well,
go ahead.
The problem is that most American ball players, they don't focus on that now. I mean, they focus on dribbling. They focus on dribbling because of the handles, but they're more focused on 3-point shooting and dunks and stuff versus, because if you look at it, a lot of those things talk about fundamentally, you're looking at a lot of the foreign born players that are not born in America. Shea and I mean look at Jokic. Jokic probably got a 2-inch vertical, but his game is so he can dribble, handle, shoot free throws, pass the ball, rebound. You know what I'm saying? So he has an all around game, and so that's a lot of things that you're not seeing. And you can obviously trace it back to to I guess AAU or whatever, where a lot of these kids, that's just not the focus on what
they teach them how to dribble, how to do this, how to that power move, that, but they're not talking them through the game. You're not talking them through the game,
exactly.
So that's what
you're not. And the biggest thing is you're not playing situational basketball. We talked about football, playing situational football 2 minutes, and literally. And the reason I say that because I'm thinking a couple of weeks ago when covering the Chiefs OTAs and Eric Bieniemy was out there. He was like goal line, third down and blah blah blah. 3 seconds left in the ball game. All this stuff, and if they look good, cool. If they score, if not, do it over again.
Exactly,
do it over again until you.
That's how you go to a lot of practices. Even us at the high school level, we practice with a clock. So you have to imagine we practice with a clock. So we put this much time is on the clock. This is the play we're gonna run. This much, and then sometimes you let them run through it, and it's like, what should happen? So yeah, we could,
and it becomes repetitions. They know exactly what to do.
Yep.
But shout out to Nick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But we gave you that, and you deserve it.
I know, and Darren, I fact checked you. So Dolan did accept, but they said they got to work everything out. But I want to say this: if they go, they go. That's fine. They haven't gone, and I was looking at what Curry said and what Trump said. So going to the White House is considered a great honor for a championship team. I think that has to do with who's in the White House. That's me personally. Steph Curry is hesitating, therefore invitation is withdrawn. That was September 23rd. 2017. That's what Trump said. And Curry came back, said his stance is the same as it was, and even kind of cemented even further about how things in our country are going, especially with Trump representing us in a very damaging way. So I don't know if the players will say it or if they'll come together and say, yes, we're going because we're going to support our owner. I don't know what that rationale would be. We know they're friends. I'm not a Dolan fan, so that don't matter either. So,
But whatever it is, it'll be a team decision.
Yeah, the problem.
It'll be a team decision.
It wasn't really a team, to be honest.
They haven't said.
The owner.
He just said he just got the invitation and they're going to work it out. So nobody has.
Can I please say what I was going to say? All I was saying was that the owner, because the owner is one of his friends, of course, he's going to accept now whether the players or whatever show up, but he's going to accept. He did invite the president to the game.
Yeah, he has accepted. I just said that. You repeating what I said. I said he accepted, and he said we will work it out. I'm reading what he said. And we will work out the logistics of what's going on, which means I'm going to talk to the team. All they focus on is the parade tomorrow. So we'll see. Mitch going. Mitch Robinson going.
I tell you one thing, I've been focusing on the parade.
Yeah, he's going to the White House. There's some people on that team that want to go to the White House, and that's fine.
Yeah, I don't before them. I used to worry about. Hey, it's a beautiful. Well, I don't know what it look like now with all the construction going on, but yeah, it's a good honor to go if you get a chance to.
It's like going to the White House or you're going to see the president. Going to the White House is an honor. For me, I go to the White House too. But depending on who in there. But that's me. Let's go to WNBA.
Let's do it.
Let's talk about it. So we had some games.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start because we were talking about it before. Let's start with the Aces. What are we gonna do with it? I think Becky got jinxed the other night because she didn't come back and was saying what she said about the Knicks. So I think a little juju was put on her.
Against the Dallas Wings.
No, you know what it is. I was reading that one of the Knicks fans was saying that's why they lost. Blah blah blah. So I'm just messing around. No, I don't know. Y'all give me your take on the game. And I ain't counting the Aces out, so don't take it like that because we know what happened last year and what can happen. But
I think they got their behinds whooped because if they would have won that game, would they have clinched a spot in the Commissioner's Cup? Yeah,
so it's shaky now. But Darren, this is the third time this year that they have lost to the Wings.
Yeah,
third time the Wings beat them in Vegas. They beat them preseason, and
I'm gonna tell you who it is.
Go ahead. Who you think it is?
They don't have an answer for Jessica Shepard.
Jess been playing good. She's been beating up on. Ain't nobody got an answer.
Good as an understatement.
Nobody has an answer for her.
Good as an understatement.
That's almost what the second or third.
She could be in the MVP conversation.
Triple double that she could have had.
She's got 2 triple doubles. I think she's on the one with 2 triple doubles. I think with a triple double season, and she could have had a third one, but took her out because she had like 9 assists.
I was like, come on, coach.
Yeah,
come on.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Put her back in.
Enrique said that after the game. She said, "I wish she would have got that last." Come on. I'm not for if you need 15 points now. Come on, sit down. You need 1 assist. I'm gonna give you an extra minute before I pull you out of the game. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to get hurt.
Did you say 15 points? Did you say 15? Hold on, we need 15 points.
I'm exaggerating my point.
I know. I just caught that like, whoa.
Okay. Even if it's like a minute or something, let's be real. If it's a minute and something left and you need 5 points, I'm not pushing that because now I'm jamming it down. But 1 assist, hell, the other team might let you get that because a lot of these women play together. They like, hey, good for you. So I'm just kind of like, he should have gave her that one. But they look when the Wings look good, they look good, and they can have it where they're clicking and they were just playing and gelling. But you're right, she's a key to that team. She's definitely a key.
Yeah, and also in that game, I think. I think that they're finally figuring out a way to click together. Well. I mean, they play together, but you look at Fudd and Beckers. They had a great, especially great second half for Fudd because I think Beckers had like 23, 20, 27 in the first half and like 31 for the game. But again, it's also looking at who they played. But but they've been gelling together. I mean, the games have been. I enjoy watching the WNBA, and it's funny because in a group chat that I'm in, the guy's like, "Man, we got almost 2 months before football. What am I going to watch on the NBA?" I'm like, WNBA. I'm like, they was like,
but
yeah, pretty good. It's like, yeah, I do get to see one.
They look good out there to me.
Like, we're talking about coaching, so let's ask a question. I'm not going to question Becky coaching because she got the championship, she got all of that. But I do look at him like, why are you not putting Jewel Lloyd back in the game? Jewel Lloyd was hot. At one point, she was 4 for 4 from 3-point land. And then when you came out, she sat on the bench for a while. She was the leading scorer. Now, you're missing Kennedy Carter. So that, to me, that's an impact.
I thought she came back.
No, Carter didn't play. No, she ain't back.
Okay, well, I think
she did. She played a game and then she didn't. Okay. Yeah, I was like, okay, she's still hurt.
Yeah.
If you look at the stat line, Chelsea Gray didn't score. How many times you gonna have that happen? That's what I'm saying. So some nights it just ain't your night. It's another team's night where you can like keep it close. And they had just played a close game and beat the Lynx. That was real close. But it's you can watch them play basketball where it's that ugly, and then you can see them where it's beautiful playing. So it's like you gotta get there, and they will. Because last year we were like, I said never count them out, but I was worried about them. But you can't count them out. So, but I like Darren. Let's talk about your girl, and I know you like her too, Tanisha. Olivia Miles with the Lynx. She doing it. Talk about it, Darren. You said she should be in the MVP race. She's in your MVP conversation.
Yeah. I mean, they have one of the best records in the league, and I mean,
best.
she's
yeah.
I mean, and she to me, she's a catalyst right now. She's the engine that is. I mean, yes, they were good. They were obviously in the finals last year, but I just think that until Fee comes back, she's the engine. She's the motor that's getting them running. That's keeping them ahead of everything. I mean, she's literally to me the Energizer Bunny because she never seems to slow down. I mean, she can get them out to a big lead, and then she can kind of pull back, and the coach can rest their players going into the fourth quarter and stuff like that. I just think that I mean, and it's not like it hadn't happened before because I think Candace
Parker.
Candace Parker, saying when MVP and her rookie year. So it's not impossible. Now, do I think she'll win it? No, but she's definitely in the conversation because right now she's the best player on the best team.
That ain't always how it go, but yeah, I know what you say.
It don't matter if it's how it goes.
Yeah,
but it definitely puts her in.
Because Age is the best player on her team.
Okay, and Angel to me they ain't in my conversation, so that's different. Yeah, that's why I said no. I give you that. That's why I punted to you first. Talk about your girl. I know where you at. Now, to me, yes, she is the rookie of the year. Unless somebody come and snatch it away from her, they're going to have to start averaging 30 points a game because she is the rookie of the year, no doubt. Because she playing like she been here before. So I give her all the props in the world. But ain't nobody in the conversation right now till they start overtaking Asia. She's still, if it was to happen today.
Okay, if it would happen today.
Asia Wilson is your MVP.
We all agree, Asia. Do we all agree on it?
Well, Asia being the quarterback of these 30-point blowouts that they taking on behalf of the Wings ain't gonna be.
It don't matter. I guarantee you, if it was today, she would be the MVP. She can't control the fact that Chelsea Gray scored 0 points. You ain't gonna get that. And Chelsea had just got 9 threes 2 games before, so it's like, come on, yeah. So you got to be asking what is going on.
Who do you fault for that?
Who do I fault for that?
Who do you fault for that?
Gray. Mm-hmm. No, you ain't hitting now. Okay. She ain't got too many people to put.
No, I agree with you on that because I'm like,
agree, but you ain't hitting. But I'm like, if I'm Becky,
you can't score, but then a game before you're gonna score for 34. Like,
and I'm looking down at the bench though. Who am I putting in to make up for that? Because I got to get them at least. But when nobody playing no defense either, so you could throw anybody in off the bench. It wasn't like her defense was killing them. Wait, Tanisha, she done fixed her lips twice to say something. Go ahead, Tanisha.
No, I'm listening. Because I hear what he said, but I thought we were all in agreement that Asia, right now, if it ended, it's a no-brainer, right?
Yeah.
You're averaging like 25, 20. Come on now.
He said you could give it to.
I mean,
she averaging 25 points a game.
I do have a question for
Kelsey,
you though.
I mean, she's in more categories. So because Kelsey Plum is averaging 25.0, but then you got Asia in rebounding, you got Asia in block shots, you got Asia in 3-point percentage, you got her in multiple categories, top 10, if not top 5. That's the only reason I say today.
I got a question for you. So we talked a little bit about Jessica Shepard, but why do you think the Wings seem to have their, because they got three of the losses came from Dallas. Why do you think that they seem to have their
Darren,
because if they were to play, because if they were to play in the playoffs, you would kind of have to side with them,
right?
I
don't know, Darren. I'm watching the games, and I'm even on the phone, with different people for all of those games, and it's like, what is going on? Now, one of it is I can't say that they stopped. Gray stopped herself, so maybe you don't get there. Maybe you don't get that kind of lead if Gray is hitting something, right? Jackie Young, I think she had 6 points that game. You ain't winning no games, but she's scoring 6 and Gray scoring 0. That's not gonna happen. So, but you for those games, if you show up like that for those games, you ain't beating nobody. You ain't beating nobody, because if you had played and maybe you got too high playing the Lynx, maybe that was it, and then you come down after playing the Lynx. I don't know. I don't have that answer, Darren. I need to analyze and think about that, because if you match them up, do I think that the Wings are better on paper than the Aces, or even from the test? You talking about the champions rather? No, I don't.
And look, maybe it's just me, but it's sometimes when I see the Aces get blown out, it makes me it gives the impression to me that the Aces are just an older team, so to speak, to where they're just. Well, no. I'm saying I'm using the age in a negative connotation, because it seems slow. Because again, you got the best player in the game, but you're getting blown out by a third, and because like the game is close, and then it just starts to open wide up, and you're trying to figure out like, what are we doing here? But I know like Gray and some of these players have been together for so long, it's like, because they've been together for most of the championship run. So and they won the championship. Their first one, I can't remember how long ago they won their first title together. And these players are still on the team. So when you start to look at it, it's like sometimes they feel like they're playing old, and versus just like. And so that was it. Because again, that's what I saw when I was like, wait a second, this game was close now. So 30 points.
It just kept getting worse.
And I'm like, well. Yeah, and I'm like, well, at least Asia got my 15 points, but other than that,
yeah, because like, they got them when they cut it to 15. I'm thinking New York Knicks. I'm thinking they're gonna chop it down, and they never did. It just went back up to 20, then would go. Then it was like, okay, it's just done. But I think you put Kennedy Carter back in the rotation. Barker is injured too, the young lady from Tennessee. I think they really and Dana. Right, Dana Evans. She ain't played. There's 3 players right there that can really impact the game. Go ahead, Tanisha.
But Carter, what's the injury again? How bad
I think somebody said hip. I would have to go back and check. And to me, it's smart, right? Because if you can hover where you are in the standings and get to the All-Star break without and let her heal, then you need to be that's right. That back stretch is where you need to be.
Yeah.
I think the Liberty are starting to play, and Neskew's back, so you ease her back in there. I think when they played her and then sat her, and now they're going to bring her back, you're winning without her. So you put her back in the game, you can't do anything but, to me, better. So I think that's a team to watch. Atlanta's a team to watch. Dallas definitely, they've proven that. Excuse me. Minnesota, of course. Minnesota. I can see Minnesota. If you had to say to me today, who do they're the champ, but who could beat the champs? I say Minnesota. If they clicking, and I'm looking at Minnesota.
I'd say Dallas too, just by the fact of how Jessica Shepard playing. I mean, she can go in there and get you a triple double right now, and I mean, and the thing is, rebound is one thing, but to be able to facilitate and get other people to score on top of what your point guard Beckers can do, I mean That's a dangerous combination.
Okay, so tell me what y'all think about Golden State, Indiana, and I'm gonna look at the Sparks. The Toronto is right behind them, but Toronto, shit, they had 2 go out last night and they had 1 go out. So they missing 3 key players from their team.
I think the Fever. I think the Fever playing much better now. I mean, I saw them play a little bit last night. They're looking good. I think they're starting to gel more. Obviously, I think everybody's back healthy, especially Boston.
Yeah, she's looking better.
I think they're I think they're good, and I'm looking forward to the matchup tomorrow between them and Atlanta. So obviously you got the Caitlin and Angel Reese effect, and but again, what I like is that now we know, folks, a lot of their players are a lot more mainstream, and the talent is spread out across. And I know you asked me about Golden State. I haven't really. It's kind of hard for me to watch like the West Coast teams because when they play and stuff. But just thinking of some of these matchups, I'm liking some of these matchups where you got the stars. I mean, look at obviously the Aces, just who they got and Plum being in LA, some of these other teams. But you look at like tomorrow night, it's just the Aces and the Fever tomorrow. I mean, not the
Indiana
Aces,
and the
Fever and the Dream tomorrow night. Yeah. And so, so you got that matchup that you can kind of focus on. I mean, like tonight you got 6 games, but the 2 games that are televised is New York and then the Aces afterwards. So, I think the WNBA they're doing a good job when it comes to promoting their stars.
I think so.
More or less.
Tonight,
now,
Darren, the game to watch is only on League Pass, but that's Dallas and Golden State game. That's gonna be an interesting game. Yeah.
I
want to see that, even though at the same time the Aces are playing Phoenix. I can go back and forth, one on the phone.
I was about to say just switch.
Yeah.
Back
but
and forth.
That's gonna be interesting. But I do think Indiana, if they keep clicking, I think they're good. They got a good shot. I mean, they're in 7th place right now. They can definitely move up. Toronto was hanging with them really until Britt went out of that game last night, and then that shifted. And it was kind of like it went nowhere from there. But Sophie Cunningham was killing them last night. She couldn't miss. So she had a career high. The Seattle Storm is a team that surprises me. And I know it took a while for those players. They lost a bunch of players, and it took a while for them to get healthy and get players in there. But they got bright spots on their team. I don't know. They 3-12. I don't know if they're gonna make a run on anybody and do anything. But yeah, I think the top 8 are where the top 8 are gonna stay, and maybe some people will jump in and out of that. But I think the top 8 are gonna be the top 8, and that's gonna shift with those teams. Y'all think the same or different?
It just, I mean, injury is always a factor. And they're not,
if they stay healthy.
The difference between the difference between 8 and 10 is just a half a game or 1 game. So yeah. I mean, I can see towards the bottom, teams rotating in and out between 7, 8, and 9, 10. So.
But you're saying you don't see it up top.
No. I think up top. Well, no. Let me not say, because really the difference between 8 and 11 is just 4 games. So you can go on a win streak or losing streak. I mean, we saw what the Aces did last year when they were underwater and then ran off 19 or 20 wins. So I think that type of conversation you kind of have
after the All-Star break. The All-Star break. Right. That was the only thing I see is I don't see any of them. I really don't see any of them dropping out. I just see that shifting, maybe in the top 4. Like, because Atlanta was leading the league for a while, and then they fell down to 4. But I mean, falling down to 4, they ain't a bad thing, considering if you ain't make it to the playoffs or you lost in the playoffs early. 9 wins is not bad. So those teams looking good. I mean, the Sparks are in there with, like you say, 7 wins. Toronto 7, Portland 7. Portland's been a team that's you're like, okay. I don't know if they're gonna be able to overcome any of those teams, or would be able to in a series. But the Valkyries were there last year, so it'll be interesting. I think the season coming up.
Did Dallas, the Wings beat the Aces 3 times this year?
Yeah, they beat them in the preseason and beat them twice.
Kelsey Plum is out tonight.
Yeah,
too,
she's been in and out.
Out?
She's out. Yep.
Yeah, she's out. I'm looking at my parlay, so she's been voided. So
yeah, so
my eyes just keep dropping and dropping.
Tanisha, you said the Wings. You said What'd you say about the Wings?
You said the Wings have beat the Aces 3 times this year.
Yeah, once in the preseason and then twice in the regular season. They beat them there in Vegas, and then last night they beat them at, was it last night or night before? Night before they beat them at home. Yeah, yeah, and they ain't just barely getting by; they beating them. Mm-hmm. So, like Darren said, that would if the playoffs happen today, that would be a matchup. You'd be like, who we gonna get? Playoff aces or just yeah, I don't know. Right. And you have to get a healthy aces too. So that's the other thing.
And the Liberty, I mean, and the Liberty is starting to, I mean, they're looking good too. I mean, like you said, now, obviously, Anescu is not, I mean, she's not back, but she's not like back. So you gotta see how that plays out. But Jonquel Jones and Stewart are playing well off each other. And so, as long as you got that size in the middle, you got it. I mean, you got her, so you still got a chance. You got you an MVP there and Finals MVP, so you always got you always got a chance
oh gosh, she was out last year, most of last year and the year before because she had a child. Laney, she's back too, so she's building her way back. She's a big part of that team. Liberty's team, they're always a team to watch out for, and we'll see. Sably, she's getting her legs or whatever under her, so.
Oh, she got her legs. Yes, I too. Yeah, she got her legs.
So she's starting.
I think tonight she got 13 already.
She's looking good. So they get that consistency. That's different, and you're gonna get what you're gonna get from Stewie. I mean,
so I want to ask you all this: are you all shocked that Caitlin is not leading the league in the All-Star voting?
I didn't know. I didn't know she was.
I'm not. I know Asia is, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying, but like last year, I think last year and the year before, after the rookie year, she was just like just wide.
I think because people were sitting at their damn computers, just vote. You vote. Ain't nobody checking you. You can vote. You can get a bot to vote. It's like what is that? What's that show where they sing and they say you get bots?
I mean, Aaliyah Boston has more votes than Caitlin, which are teammates. So that's.
I know. What are the top? You're looking at it. What are they?
What about Mitch? Where is Mitchell at
in the voting? Who's the top 5 in the votes, Darren?
Top 5. You got Asia, Paige Beckers, Aaliyah Boston, Brianna Stewart, and Caitlin Clark. The rest of the top 10: Jessica Shepard, Angel Reese, Gabby Williams, Olivia Miles, and Kelsey Mitchell.
That's not bad. Okay. 10. All right.
Okay. Who is that? That's my house? Is that me?
Yeah. That's
probably.
You. Okay, let me tell him.
Because I don't know, man. I'm a big Mitchell is just nasty to me. I love watching her play.
Yeah, she was high scorer the other night. No, she wasn't. I'm sorry. Was she high scorer? Was it Sophie? Her and Sophie were up there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sophie was balling last night.
Definitely.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, that's. I think we said enough on the W. Y'all got anything outside of those sports? I mean, the announcement that I saw Serena and Venus playing in Wimbledon. They're gonna team up for doubles, so that should be exciting.
Interesting.
She did play with.
I think that's in preparation of them eventually coming back to do the singles and Venus trying to get the Grand Slam record.
Serena, you mean?
Knock on wood.
Yeah,
Serena.
I'm hoping. Can we back up 1 second? Did I see that they're in 2027 they were expanding the amount of games that the W?
Very good, Tanisha. Yes, it's going to go to 50 games. They go from 44 to 50 games, so adding 6 more, and it makes sense because you're adding more teams. So I just don't like the scheduling. 1 game last night, 6 games tonight. Come on.
That don't make sense.
Like who sat down and looked at the overall schedule and said this is a good idea?
Well, the question I have is because some of them share the arena with the NBA teams. You also think about what are you doing? You're shaking your head. I said some. I think
we heard a little.
Yeah, but they change them games to but it's a lot of them that got their own stadiums. No. It ain't too many of them.
No. I'm not arguing that. No, what I'm saying. I mean, obviously, most of them take place after the NBA season, and those teams are like either out of the playoffs or, God forbid, that they're But what I'm saying is that because you have other events that take place there, and that book out in advance. That's what concerns me, is because those dates are already locked in for other events that might come in town. Like the WWE, is here Friday night. Like, we don't have a team, of course, but if we had a team, they couldn't play it because WWE already has the T-Mobile Center booked. So that was my
It could be, Darren, because somebody need to explain it to me,
the
and then
thing
I'm mad with the league pass because I can't watch a Mystics game.
Yeah,
which is insane to me unless I get Monument on TV. So I can sit on here and complain another 15 minutes about a whole bunch of stuff. I don't know, Darren. I just don't like the scheduling. And I think like Sunday was.
Oh, I don't like it either. Yeah, no, I don't like it either because we had one game last night, 6-9, and one tomorrow.
Right, and then I think and we had one game on Sunday. It's like, come on, it's like you gonna jam up a bunch. I don't get it. I don't get the scheduling, and it's
But I do want to say, shout out to the because ESPN. I read today that I think starting, I don't know if it starts next week or in July. Like, they're going to have 9 weeks where on Sundays it's going to be NWSL and WNBA. They're going to like a whole women's block of sports on that Sunday, and so like the WNBA will be like the feature sport in 8 of those. And 9
Ion
weeks
is doing the same thing. So they got one night for the WNBA and one night for.
Well, they do that for on Friday nights.
Yes, anyway, but they do the NWSL on Saturdays. I think it's Saturdays or Sundays. They have that slate too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I know NBC has the WNBA, I think, like Sunday afternoon. So look, I'll be glad when some of those games are in prime time. Give me something to watch other than baseball.
Yeah. So we got some games tonight on USA Network. So
and CNBC.
So I'm happy about that. Tanisha.
Oh. And I think that's the Asia. I think that's the Asia game that's going to be on.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm gonna be in between that and that Valkyries Dallas game. I really want to see that. That should be a good matchup.
I want to see Minnesota and LA.
They ain't got no plum.
No, that's what I just said.
I got you.
See how fast I am? Well, that's just
But I
got you.
Got to see my MVP.
She your MVP? Is that what you just said?
Yeah, he say that just because I say
that on the record.
If I say it's green, I say it's black, he gonna say it's white. If I say, that's it.
Whatever.
It wouldn't be fun if we did.
Tanisha. If I said it was orange and blue skies outside, she's like, "Oh,
orange and blue, hell yeah, it sure is." You remember what night was it?
Look at the attitude change quickly.
No, here in, y'all know I'm like superstitious, right? So I had gone out Friday night. Noah was here. When I got home, Noah said, "Nana," I said, "Why is it so?" He had all the lights on. I said, "What's going on?" He said, "It was looking funny outside." I said, "What you mean funny?" He said it was orange, and I was indoors, so I didn't see it. The next day, I saw all the pictures, and it was orange in this area. So it was really bright. I think it kind of freaked him out. I said, "Dude, you should have called me." I could have came home. You should have called me. I was like around the corner.
He couldn't do that. He growing up now.
But it was orange. But I'm gonna tell you, I took a picture of that.
Okay.
And I had it on my phone. I said, that orange, that's the New York Knicks.
It's in black. I guess it been us.
No, you already said it wasn't gonna be.
But shout out to Messi.
Oh, yeah.
He scored a hat trick here in the Kansas City Stadium.
Oh, that's right.
That's
fun. I'm having fun watching.
He's the he's tied.
I try to watch a little bit.
He's tied down with the most goals. Yeah, he's tied. He's 16.
He's tied, so he doesn't have the record yet.
He's tied.
Okay.
He'll probably have
it. But
as
soon as I'm saying it's short lived because he'll have it in his next
Mbappe,
game.
did you see his? They scored, the other team scored. I can't remember who they were playing. It escapes me now. And it was one of them where they kind of messed up. And he told, he was telling everybody, he was like, boom, boom, about 30 seconds after that, he put one in. He was like, okay, I got you. Yeah, so it's fun. It's kind of fun. Soccer players are a little different. So their celebrations and the way they do things is a lot of fun. But
yeah, now I think between the three of us, I think I'm the only one that we have FIFA in the city and stuff like that. So people, I know, Linda, you were kind of asked me about it. Like, there's probably a lot going on, but I'm not at the get off my lawn stage age yet. However, I don't like being around a whole lot of crowd of people. So while they didn't credential none of the radio stations here for a credential for the game, which is fine because we would have been outside because it's soccer field, so you'd be outside in the Presswood area, outside, which would have been cool, the atmosphere. But from what I heard or whatever about the traffic and just the amount of people, I'm good. I'm good watching it in 4K on my TV. I'm good.
I can watch. It's good. But the cities, the way the people are saying, the way the cities are treating them, the United States is stepping up and they're doing good. Yeah. So all the cities are doing good. So that's great to hear. But Tanisha, what you got for closing? Oh, damn. Darren, I'm going to come back to Tanisha. Yeah, get your mind right. Darren, what you got for closing?
Right. I don't know. Closing, just be kind, be blessed. Everybody just, continue keeping your prayers, but, all is well.
Your prayers, of course. Tanisha, you ready
yet? Well, yeah, I'm ready now. I mean, I try not to bring all the personal stuff in there, but my friend is going through some stuff, and she's been a little bit down here in the last week or so, not feeling so well. So if y'all can just keep her in your prayers, that would be wonderful.
Okay. I'm going to go along with that. We're going to pray for each other, right? And we're going to continue to pray and be kind.
Not be kind.
I know, right? I'm going to try it again, right? Mine are the same as always. Be kind, be blessed, because why? It's free. And, it's just a lot going on. Lot going on. And kindness is the way. Kindness is the way. So that's what we prefer to see shown instead of all the ugliness, because there's enough of that going around too. So until next time, everybody, peace. Thank you for tuning in to Two Gems and a Mic. Be sure to subscribe and follow. Until next time, remember, be kind, be blessed. Peace.